I the a-hole for calling off my birthday weekend trip because I don't want my stepsister there? My mom married her husband Carl 4 years ago. Carl's daughter Megan, who is 15 years old, joined the family. She spends half of her time with us and the other half with her mom. My dad passed away 9 years ago, so I live with my mom and Carl full time. I am a 16-year-old male, nearly 17, and I don't get along with Megan. Initially, when we met, she was fine for brief periods. However, as I spent more time around her, she became intolerable. She frequently wanted to switch out the games I was playing and would throw my games if she found them dull or too masculine. On one occasion, she even unplugged the TV and my dad's old PlayStation 2 while I was playing. Another issue was when my mom gave me money to buy snacks, instructing me to take Megan along. Megan insisted on getting only the items she liked and would try to snatch the money or items from the cashier if it was something I preferred, and she didn't. She often questioned why I didn't like her during our walks back home, acting as though I was keeping her from enjoying anything she wanted. When we moved in together, Megan constantly tried to enter my room without permission, preventing me from closing the door. Once, I had to physically remove her from my room to stop her from stealing one of my games, which led me to lock up my belongings. My mom even bought me locks for my closet and bedroom door for added security. Despite this, Megan once invited friends over and they attempted to break into my room and closet. Megan used to take food off my plate, but after I started refusing to eat at the table, Carl put an end to this behavior. However, she would still complain when I didn't sit next to her. During my mom and Carl's honeymoon, Megan stayed with her mother while I stayed with my paternal grandparents. She complained for months about the fun activities I did that week, even contacting me to whine when she was at her mom's house, which led to trouble for me because I blocked her. Megan is still problematic, entering my room without asking, taking my belongings, and either breaking them or not returning them. She acts strangely around my friends, trying to flirt with them and even attempting to kiss a few. She also pressured me to date her best friend and called me slurs when I refused. When she found out I was gay, she had a meltdown for not being informed earlier, insisting she is my sister and I'm supposed to share such information. My mom asked why I ignored Megan during these outbursts, and I explained to her that Megan isn't my sister, and I didn't think she or Carl would appreciate hearing that. Megan also ruined my favorite hoodie by giving it to her friend. Despite pressure from Megan to forgive her, my mom insisted Carl make Megan work to replace it. Additionally, when left alone, Megan takes the money left for both of us, orders food for herself, and tells me to cope, although the money is meant for both of us. My mom and Carl are aware of all this. Mom and I have had discussions about my feelings towards Megan, yet my mom insisted that Megan must be included in my birthday weekend at a cabin with my friends, with her and Carl supervising. They postponed my birthday weekend to accommodate Megan's schedule, as she would be with her mom on my actual birthday. My mom claimed Megan is still my sister and should not be excluded from such an event. As a result, I told my mom to cancel the entire event and informed my friends of the change in plans, deciding there would be no cabin weekend and that we would make alternative arrangements. My mom accused me of throwing a tantrum and urged me to consider Megan's feelings, knowing that I canceled the weekend because of her. I responded that I genuinely didn't care and that Megan's presence would ruin the weekend for me. Am I the a-hole? Nope, not the antagonist at all. Your mom keeps ignoring years of clear boundaries and lets Megan treat you poorly. This was your birthday, your friends, your time, and she tried to force her in anyway. You were right to cancel it. You don't owe Megan anything just because your mom married her dad. Suggest that mom and your stepdad take Megan for a weekend getaway to the cabin. She would be out of town for your birthday, and you could enjoy a nice afternoon and evening with your friends. While they are gone, and before your friends arrive, you could go through Megan's room to retrieve the things she took from you. Reclaim your belongings. Exactly. Go to your grandparents for the weekend and have some fun time there. Keep me updated. You are not the a-hole. Ask your mom why Megan's feelings are more important than yours, especially on your birthday. I would say it's her own feelings she cares more about. She's ignoring the original poster because if she actually makes an effort to stop Megan, then she'll be in a difficult position with her husband. No, you are not the a-hole. It sounds like you've got quite a lot on your shoulders. Maybe you could try asking your grandma to speak to your mother about the Megan issue because what she is doing to you is considered bullying. There is no way you can be comfortable taking your bully on your birthday weekend trip. It's obviously not going to be enjoyable for you. My mom doesn't listen to others about this. She'll only become more stubborn, not less, if I have a grandparent or family member talk to her. Mom, in less than 1 year, I can decide with whom I will spend my time. I will never spend time with Megan. The more you push, the more I dig in. Also, I will be deciding if I spend time with you after I turn 18. Decide right now if you want to push the Megan situation and literally lose your only child in the process. Be prepared to be grounded or yelled at, but I would very clearly spell this out to her in an email or text. That way you can resend it to her every time she reaches out to you after you turn 18, bemoaning the fact she doesn't see you. This is the kind of boundary setting that hits like a freight train, but sometimes that's what it takes. Putting it in writing is smart too. It gives you a paper trail and a reminder to her that your peace isn't up for negotiation. Stay firm. Your adulthood, your terms. You are not the a-hole. Your birthday weekend is not a community service project for your stepsister. It sounds like you have put up with enough of her nonsense. It's your turn to enjoy yourself without interruptions. Your feelings matter too. You are not the a-hole. You are the survivor of an ongoing, unsolicited, high-drama teen sitcom where you never asked to be cast. Megan sounds less like a stepsister and more like a chaos gremlin in eyeliner. She has disrespected your boundaries, your belongings, your friendships, your food, and even your hoodie, which frankly is sacred ground. And now your mom expects you to reward all of that with a front row seat to your birthday celebration? Nope. That is not sibling bonding, that is hostage negotiation. You have made your feelings clear, repeatedly. Your mom choosing to ignore that and force Megan into the middle of your social life, especially something as personal as your birthday, is not fair. This was supposed to be your time to relax, not supervise your personal property like it is under siege. Calling off the cabin trip was you drawing a boundary. That is not a tantrum. That is self-preservation with receipts. You are not excluding family. You are excluding someone who has consistently made your life harder. Big difference. A chaos gremlin in eyeliner? You got me with that one. Thanks for the belly laugh. You are not the a-hole. This is how your mom ends up with no son at all after you turn 18. I wouldn't be surprised if Megan has feelings for you. I worry about that sometimes. Or that she's just really trying to push her friend on me and will do something crazy. I lock myself in my room on nights she has her best friend stay over. You are not the a-hole. I can foresee you going no contact with your mom and she's going to act all surprised. When you can, just run and do not contact them. It's not fair to you at all. I'm sorry this is happening. I feel infuriated for you, for goodness sake. Not the a-hole. Tell your mom that her actions prove she doesn't support you and she's putting her husband and stepdaughter above you. Let her know that you will remember this because she has failed you every step of the way. Here's another example of a parent who remarries and will do anything to make the new spouse and their children the center of everything. You are not the a-hole. Tell your mom this isn't a tantrum, it's taking preemptive action. Megan's presence will ruin the weekend for you and your friends, so you're saving all of you from the misery. Why should you and they have to be around someone that all of you dislike, particularly when she has a history of sexually harassing some of your friends? You are not the a-hole. Tell your mother she should prioritize the feelings of her actual child over a stepchild. Your mother doesn't seem to care that Megan is mistreating you, and she thinks it's okay because Megan is only 15. How does she keep getting into your room if you lock it? What are your plans when you turn 18? I'm sorry your mother doesn't seem to care about you. She'll barge into my room even when I'm in there. Sometimes I think she's at her friend's house, but then she comes in. I suspect she found a way to pick the lock or something. She and her friends try often enough that they must have figured it out. Not the a-hole. Wow, your mom is really acting poorly in this situation. This isn't a family vacation. It's your birthday, and your mom and stepfather have already shown that they cannot control Megan and her wildly inappropriate behavior. Start celebrating your birthday with your friends. You are not the a-hole, but I do have a solution to your problems. Ask your grandparents if they would be willing to host you and your friends for a party. It sounds like they respect your boundaries more than your mother ever has. Point out to your mom that she has harassed your friends, and you are thinking of their feelings as well as the legal implications. That should be a concern. It would be one thing if this was a family-only trip, your mom, stepdad, and her, at a cabin where you have your own bedroom. She isn't your sister, but she is a stepsister. I mean, I'd feel badly about leaving out a roommate if I lived with 3 other people, a party with my outside friends and not in the home. Not so much. If she is bothering you via text and you aren't allowed to block her, start forwarding the text to both your parents every time she complains, but only after you have asked her to stop. Some amount of texting is expected in a household. However, if she is texting you every 5 minutes and complaining, forward it. Say, I've asked her to stop. She won't. When they start getting bothered, they might do something. As for the room, I would probably be in my room without clothes constantly, just to emphasize the seriousness of the situation. She came into my room without permission. I was not dressed and the door was locked. She broke it. Regarding the money, if your mom is giving you cash, you should immediately split it. She buys her snacks, and you buy yours. If she's using a payment app, tell your mom to split it and send it half and half, or you transfer half of it to her immediately. Tell your mom that she steals it and that money is not to be left on the counter for both of you. Finally, ask your mom, do you ever tell Megan that she shouldn't treat her brother like this and that exclusion is a natural consequence? That you, as her brother, shouldn't be in a state of constant alert when she is in the house. You deserve privacy and the right to the quiet, peaceful enjoyment of your things and your home.